So this will be interesting.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Oakland. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On second down, Jacobs.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey,
Wahoo! 41 Mike. Right here.
Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Mike, 41. Hey, Charlie. 41 Mike. 41 Express. 41 Mike. Know your job. Mike, 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? He don't know no better. 41. 29. Let's go. Hey, Foxtrot. We got to step it up.
To throw again. Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood.
Here's Carr to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On the return, Carter. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down, Hyde. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. First down, a run with Hyde. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, Hyde. And they'll get him down right around the 16. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Throwing on third down, Watson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
We got this. The Raiders take over first and 10.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
218, chop it. You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
Come on, Josh.
A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now.
So close to breaking.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Hey, echo. We got to wedge that, huh?
They do go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
High 7.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Caught by Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Bravo. Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Let's go,
From
baby.
17 yards out. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Buddy looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. To throw again on second down. Watson being chased out left. He'll run it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Watson on first down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. But it'll be second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 3rd and 2, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Miller. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 50 yards. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
6:37.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
No.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation.
And that's caught inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Shotgun now for Carr. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jacobs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw his Carr.
No, JJ.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
29.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. Carr gonna go on 4th down.
No.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle. for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
This is Miller. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. Now Carr. The open man here, Renfro. A nice gain of 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 8 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson, it's complete to Hopkins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Watson on 3rd and 2. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Let's go.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch the screen.
A first down carry now for Miller. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
24. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Bring it. Bring it. Check. Time to go.
They'll run it again with Miller. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Come on, dude. 2 clock.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Oh, good move. Calling a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Why don't you just kneel it, bro? GG. Barely beat Oakland Raiders. You proved nothing, dude.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.